Here you go, man.
Oh, shit. Appreciate you.
How y'all doing today?
What's going on with you and things? Don't even worry about what you just saw because you probably didn't really see it.
You didn't see it. It was a figment of your imagination. I didn't pick up anything.
Exactly. You heard of a mirage, nigga?
Mm-hmm. That's it. Optical illusion. Just like me. I'm not really here. I'm there.
But that's neither here nor there.
Ooh. So that's not me nor I.
Or they.
Or they. Or us.
Them, us.
Them.
What
us.
the fuck do we say that's neither here nor there? Where the fuck is it then?
It's just where it be. It's just where it lies.
So it exists, but it ain't necessarily here nor there.
Yeah. It's in between. It's an interdimensional thing. It just keeps continuing to mess up. Why are we on that? Welcome to the show. Welcome to Whatever Creams Your Twinkie. It's me, Flava Hype, and that is
That boy, Jack Boy.
Yes, indeedy Wheaties. We're gonna get into a few more things. You know how we do. It's our show, so we do what we want to do.
Exactly. I got on the shirt made out of the do-rag material right now, and I'm not tripping about it.
Dude,
you gonna say something? Say something. Go ahead. You got corn chip crumbs all on your neck and titty area right now. Talking about my shirt. Go ahead.
Oh man.
Say something.
Don't have that. Don't be what he just said while you're trying to critique and make fun of his outfit or whatever.
Please don't. I'm talking about everybody. Babies.
I'm talking about the babies.
Mm-hmm. You better not have no spaghetti stains on his little onesie. I don't know why or how, but people be doing weird shit.
They do. Sometimes it just be bad though. I mean, it's not really the. As a matter of fact, what? And let's talk about bad kids.
Oh, dude. If I could take any species of little nigga and punt them to the next county over. Yeah, them.
So what's up with the there's like an issue, like some of the parents, or maybe I know a lot of times it's women, because more often than not, definitely not all the time, more often than not you see just the mother with the child or whatever, and the kids be bad, but they don't do anything about it. Sometimes it's both parents, they don't do anything about the kids, which is fucking incredible. Why?
Can you tell me?
Why is that?
Tell us.
I don't get it.
What the fuck is it?
There has to be a reason. Like, do the kids run the house? Do they pay the bills? Is it there? Is the house in their name? Cause you did some bullshit. You know you did some bullshit. Is the house in their name? And they caught wind of it. Now they running shit.
Oh, they signing all the fucking bills in crayon. Is that what's going? Are you letting that shit fly? Explain it to me. Why is it every time your kid go to school and get in trouble for doing some fuck ass bad kid shit, you want to cuss the teacher out? Like it's the teacher's fault your kid is fucked up. You want to know why your kid doing that shit at school? Because when he come home, you throw an iPad in his mouth and tell him to get the fuck out your face. Then when this nigga got expensive energy, guess what he do? All kinds of fuck shit. He don't know the difference between right and wrong. You want to know why? Because you don't know the definition of discipline. You stupid bitch. Y'all having kids way too early. Somebody should have punched you in your damn ribs and said, bitch, get your life together. Be out here letting these kids do whatever they want to do. You want to know why I'm in the position that I'm in right now? And I'm not saying I'm the gold standard of man or the fucking human race or none of that shit. But my mama taught me to respect people. And that has taken me a long way. I know motherfuckers who never learned how to respect people. People I went to school with. Guess where they at now? Prison. Dead.
Damn. That's hellified options right there.
Or they just still doing the same type of shit that a high school would do because they can't make no progress in life. All because they were raised by a motherfucker who shouldn't have had kids in the first place. Because for some reason, they let their kids wear being bad as a fucking badge of honor. And for what? I used to deal with a bitch that looked me dead in my face and said, I'm never going to let nobody humble my kid. I almost punched this bitch in her nose. Because what does that mean? So that entails if someone tries to correct your kid's incorrect behavior, you're going to have an issue with them as opposed to correcting the behavior because this is your child. Whatever they do is a reflection of you and the way that you're raising them. This is all your responsibility. And you mean to tell me that you would rather let this little bitty ass nigga do whatever he want to do, right or wrong, good or bad, and justify it and cover for him and make him think that that's the way shit's supposed to be. But you're going to get mad when he bad in circumstances that you don't feel like dealing with.
So they're just lazy is what they are with that.
They sorry.
Okay.
He also
yeah.
fucked up baby daddies that just dropped the kids off and then don't see him for 3 weeks. Which them niggas is a whole nother discussion of just fuck shit.
If there's no influence there, at least have a standard. Some good standards, I should say. Have a standard of shitty behavior. No. Have a standard and stick with it. Be consistent with it. That way the child will continue to learn, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. I know there's some little variations here and there about households and, well, this, I don't really value that as much as I do this, but they're both still good values, basically. I get that. I think we're talking about just letting your kid run wild. Just let the kid run the house. That type of stuff. Because I know if it were me, if I acted up in public, it wasn't gonna be a good look. Like for me, like my mom was not gonna be embarrassed. My dad wasn't gonna be embarrassed. They was gonna embarrass me. If let me sit in the middle of a department store and just start screaming because I can't play with a toy or something or whatever. Man, do you know my ass would have been beat and left right in front of a toy that I couldn't touch.
But the only problem is now you terrified to touch it.
Yeah.
Because you think you're going to get your ass beat again if you touch the fucking toy.
So I'm sitting there like, and then swap, pat, 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 you know what I mean?
Swiping your ass.
Yeah, they get, I'm getting lashes. I'm going to be like I'm an undercover slave or something. It was the worst. And then, undercover slave. They didn't know it because I had on some decent clothes, I guess. Like, oh, he's not a slave. Shit, I got whooped like one.
No, he ain't. That is cool too.
So it was more like, the discipline was there from both sides. So both parents have to be consistent with that. Both parents should really have that influence and make sure that they instill good values. I know good is a bit subjective, but you kind of understand where we're going with it. It's just, something you just shouldn't do out in public. Like, you can't just act wild and have your kids scream back at you, yell back at you. Oh my goodness. There is no way I could even think about raising my voice to, because they would have been, I would have been annihilated. And the worst part is, that's the person I got to go home with. So, like, if I was a badass kid, sometimes I acted up a little bit for a short period of time because it got X'd out real quick, or I would have been X'd out real quick. Like they cancel my behavior, or they cancel me, and I choose life. That's just what I do. So with the parents and all that, it's more like, look, you can't just sit there and say no one's gonna say anything to my child because they're not always right. They're children, first of all, and you are acting like a child by saying that no one can correct them. Then what are you doing as a parent? I'm not gonna say you shouldn't be a parent. I'm saying be better at that and try to control that idea. Don't have that nobody gonna say nothing to my kid. I'll stand up for mine. Like, okay, that's fine. I get it in theory, but in reality, what's actually going to happen is someone's going to put their foot down and just hope that your child's not under it when they do. That's basically how that's going to go, because then you won't be able to do anything. But what if they do something real fucked up and you can defend them because
it already fucked up?
It's something beyond what you can really try to defend and justifiably defend. What if they fuck somebody up being bad? What if they're running around and they knock somebody over and that person ends up getting injured or whatever the case may be? They can sprain an ankle, twist an ankle, tear a tendon or something like that. You don't know what someone might be going through. What if someone's on crutches and your kids are running away from you going, ah, boom, run and knock them over, tear up their ligaments or something in the knee. They're trying to recover from that surgery, then they just re-injured it.
Because this little bitty dumbass don't know how to sit the fuck down in an enclosed environment. And why are you running around anyway with all this shit surround? You know what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yes, exactly. And that's one of my biggest fears. thinking about it. And it's not like, I mean, like, sure, I'll try to make sure, like, I don't want my kids running around anywhere. Like, nah, don't go anywhere further than like 3 feet from me. If we're going to be in a restaurant somewhere. First of all, we're sitting down eating. Go ahead and do that. If you get up and start running, no, that's not, I promise, this is not playland. Not at all. So when something like that happens, like, damn, if they run, especially like around a restaurant, servers carrying food, if they run in and the server drops the food, what if they drop it on the kid with some hot ass soup and they get burned or whatever? I know it's an extreme case. I'm just saying, as just an example, if you're not controlling that or doing your best to control their behavior and make sure you don't reel them in so they're not running wild, literally running wild,
on you,
you can cut down a lot of potential incidents, accidents, serious injuries, minor injuries, and things like that you're responsible for because that's your child. Exactly. So you're the one responsible for it.
And don't act like you don't give a fuck just because it's your child fucking somebody else up. Because the shoe could very well be put on the other foot and your child get fucked up by somebody that didn't give a shit. And they parents are even crazier than you. That's another problem with you bitches. Y'all think just because you want to claim you crazy, that means that everybody on this planet is supposed to fear you. Let me help you understand something. Nobody is as crazy as they think they are. Because every time a crazy person meets an actual crazy person, they get fucking terrified. You don't know what crazy looks like. Crazy is a motherfucker that'll walk around with brass knuckles in his hand with a knife hanging out of his fucking pocket looking at you, waiting for you to say some shit. Are you crazy now? No. Because this nigga obviously don't give a fuck what he look like. And if you gotta be a victim of circumstance because you want to be crazy, then bitch, go ahead and say something. Go ahead. Say something to the knife-wielding, brass-knuckle-wearing nigga with the big-ass Neo from Matrix trench coat on. Say something. Say something to him.
It's where if he just walks around, just like cuts little pieces out of his hand just because he's bored. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Is insane. And you think because you a loud ghetto bitch, that mean don't nobody want to fuck with you. No, everybody wants to beat your ass. And you can't fight anyway. So stop claiming to be crazy. Ain't nobody fucking scared of you. Relax. And then your kid gonna get fucked up. Now you gotta deal with the dude who's missing chunks of flesh out his hand because he walking around with a knife. Now you gotta deal with him. Ain't no mama. Ain't no, I beat that mama. I beat his mama ass. There ain't no mama. It's this nigga.
Yeah, he probably murdered his mama. Think he won't murder you?
You think you special? You think you immune to this nigga's level of insanity? Why? Why do you think?
Because you get loud?
Because you get, he ain't gotta say shit.
He ain't gotta say nothing. I guarantee you he ain't gonna raise his voice at all.
He probably don't even have a voice.
Ooh.
That nigga probably speak through his actions and his actions alone. That nigga probably throw some skin at your ass. Hit your ass dead in your face with some dead skin. No pun intended. Now what you gonna do? See, now you gotta fight this nigga because you crazy. And because he tried to humble your kid.
What you gonna do though? You only got one shot. Just make this one decision. The best decision of your life. You either gonna remove your child from the situation or try to get Buck, jump up in his face, and he'll remove you from every situation that could ever have occurred in the future of your life that no longer is your life. Now you can't protect your kid at all because you're not even there.
What you think God gonna say when you get to heaven? Because he watched all this shit happen. As soon as you get to the gates and try to check in, I don't know if they check in heaven. I'm just for the sake of the argument, I'm just saying they check in. And he see you come up there.
It's your credit card number or something.
The angels is a reception.
As soon as you get up to have, just make sure you have your receipt. Anyway, go ahead. I'm gonna sit my teeth.
Oh shit. Bruh, you know God watched all this shit happening. God just gonna look at you as soon as you get up there and check in and be like,
you know
what did you think was gonna happen? This is what happens when you spend your whole life trying to fight everybody for no reason. If somebody did something to you, I understand. Mm-hmm. But you defended some dumbass shit under some dumbass circumstances, being a dumbass bitch, to a nigga that don't give a fuck about none of the above. He exists in his own world. Where he just walk around with trench coats on. It's 99 degrees outside.
Something's clearly off.
It's off.
When keeping it real goes wrong. Oh my god! Shout out to Dave Chappelle.
The motherfucking goat, bro.
Oh man!
Kill what nobody say.
And as a matter of fact, I'm glad you brought that up too, because that made me think about something else. Like, yes, the kids are bad, and then you have some females who will think some females who will think that them being bad or being rude or being however they phrase it, like that, they wear that as a badge of honor. I'm difficult. I'm a lot to deal with. Like, that's something that's desirable. Like, we really want that.
Oh my god, man.
Yeah, but before you go, let me just say this. Most of the time, it's not like. Okay, that's just lazy. Basically, what it is you don't want to have to change any bad behavior that you have. You want people to accept who you are, which I get it, accept who you are, but that type of behavior isn't something that should be negotiable. Like, you should want to not bring that much drama and that much issue onto another person, knowing good and hell well it's not good, because you said it's bad. You said, oh, I'm a badass, I'm rude, I'm mean, I'm all that, da 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 da. And you put it, you glorifying that. Why would you glorify that? I mean, do you, but why would you glorify that and then try to demand that someone just accept that? I'm a lot to handle. You don't want these problems. Probably not.
Right.
Why the fuck are they problems though? Like, yeah, get to the root of that. Like, you want to bring all that into a relationship potentially and think that, oh, if he can't handle me, then he's not a good man. Please don't say that shit. Please don't say that.
Oh,
he can't handle this, so he's not a good man.
Oh,
are you a good woman?
Oh,
But that's a different situation. I don't want to get too far into that, but why do you think that is something that you should put out there? Like, that's a good thing. You want to promote that? I'm bad. I'm a lot to handle. Yeah, there's a whole lot to handle. You don't want to deal with this.
you're fucking stupid.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine. I was done. I'm just bringing that out there. Like, why do y'all think that is? Like, seriously, put that, right, why you think that is, why you think that's something that's desirable, why you want to try to promote that and glorify that.
Please.
And that's some kind of, ooh, I want that as an attribute.
I can't wait to get with her. Wait a minute, you said you was done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh my god. Hey, let me tell you bitches something. Because I got a bone to pick with y'all motherfuckers. I want to understand, I have to understand what you think in your world that you've created where that's a good thing. What the fuck makes you think that that is the mark of a true man? A nigga that can deal with you going out of your way to be as difficult as humanly possible. First of all, let me tell you something. That doesn't make you a woman, number one. So how the fuck could me not being able to deal with that make me less of a man? You don't even have the ability to think like that, do you? You brain cell lacking bitch. I just need you to understand something. For every attribute, for every trait, for everything that you expect this man to have, what if he didn't have it? What if he was all the shit that you didn't like? You wouldn't accept him for being the way that he is, because a lot of motherfuckers go out of their way to talk shit about people that's in a situation that ain't never gonna have nothing to do with them anyway. Motherfuckers get on the internet and talk shit about a motherfucker that they're probably never gonna see a day in their life just because they did some shit that they don't agree with. So, and this is a motherfucker that this is somebody you don't have to deal with. So imagine dealing with that from somebody that is in your everyday life. What if a nigga came home every day and beat your ass just because that's just how he is? Do you accept it and stay with him, or do you leave? And I think I've mentioned this before. It's just like, and I hate to say it. I hate that it's even like that, but it's like when it comes to a good amount of females, the only thing that is valid is the shit that they expect from the guy. So you can expect the guy to change and be the picture of whatever the fuck you want him to be. But if a nigga tell you that you're supposed to change, oh, that's all out the fucking window. So the only person that has the right of way to do whatever the fuck they want to is you. But you expect this nigga to be everything you want him to be. And then you turn around and say shit like, I'm a handful. I'm a bitch. I do all this and that to make myself hard as fuck to deal with. For what? What am I going to get out of this relationship? What are you going to get out of this relationship? aside from being the reason that a nigga has a fucking migraine all the goddamn time. But you want this nigga to give a fuck about you. You want this nigga to take care of you. You want this nigga to have a heart and be considerate. You want him to be all the shit that you're not. And why? Is it a power thing, bitch? Or is it a stupid thing? I got you. It's a stupid thing. You ain't even got to fucking answer that shit. I already understand what the fuck going on. That is not an admirable quality. It's not. No one gains anything from being in a relationship with a motherfucker who doesn't want to be tolerable. Why would I want that shit? It's like me. Every day this nigga feel like he babysitting somebody badass 4-year-old daughter fucking with you. Because in your mind, it's a good thing to be a bitch. What if he punch you in your fucking jaw? I'm not saying he should. I'm not saying he will. I don't condone violence towards anybody. Unless they physically provoke you or they putting your life in danger, they fucking with your kids or your mama or something. Then yeah, you beat the fuck out of them. But you being difficult to a nigga who ain't doing nothing but trying to make you happy and be in a relationship with you and make that shit work because there's some part of you that he cares about. Why do you choose to make that difficult for him? So now he's trying to make it easy for you to deal with him, but you're making it as difficult as humanly possible for him to deal with you. But you expect the relationship to be all good. The relationship involves two people. It's you and this nigga. So why is it that the only thing that matters is what the fuck you feel and what the fuck you want to do? I know I'm in my uncle mode right now, and I would apologize, but fuck that. Like I said, if y'all niggas had an opinion, you speak that shit. I just want somebody to make the shit make sense.
It's not gonna make sense.
It's not, and we gonna have to fight. And I'm not a violent person. I'm a nice guy. But man, I hate dumb shit.
Yeah, it's just the stupidity. That's what's intolerable. That if you're ignorant by choice, if you choose to remain that way, bruh, there's an issue with that because you don't want to take accountability for anything because you don't want to own up to it because you know if you do it that one time they're gonna, all right, you have to maintain that, take ownership, acknowledgement, make sure that you understand that it is your place and your fault if something goes wrong on your watch. Other stuff is uncontrollable. I get that. Outside of you, yeah. But you can control how you behave. You can control how you act. You can control your mood. You can control your actions, your words. All things you can control. If you decide not to and shit happens because of it, all right.
Might go into a tailspin.
Tailspin. Another tailspin.
I was just dancing along.
With a tape measure?
Hell yeah. I wanted to measure how much bullshit I was on.
Wow. That's how that's, yeah. I wanted to say something about, because we were talking about the kids and the parents thing, and this is gonna go from both sides. So I want y'all to understand this. It's not. I'm definitely not gonna sit there and just like bash women or women or anything like that. Here's the thing, ladies, females, if you have a child, if you have a boy, you cannot raise him to be a man because you don't know what it's like to be a man. Fellas, guys, if you have a female, you cannot raise her to be a woman because you don't know what it's like to be a woman facing what women have to face in today's society, things like that, and vice versa for women with sons. The only thing that you can do is try to put ideas that would be considered admirable, great qualities of a woman or of a man, but society is still going to have some way of shaping and forming how they see things and how they are outside of the household that they're in with you. So that's the best that you can do. So don't sit there and say, I raised him to be a good man. Well, not really. You just raised him to be a good person. He happens to be a human male. you didn't raise a good woman, you just raised a good child, and she happens to be a female. And that's kind of how that goes. So being a man and being a woman are two completely different dynamics when it comes to how you are, I don't want to say raised in society, but how you're looked at in society and how they kind of shape some things and how it goes like that. So it's like, yeah. And I'm not saying that if you're a woman, you don't know what you're doing. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the best you can do from a practical standpoint is put good ideas. Yeah, all you're doing is putting ideas that you like, good qualities in a man, and trying to instill them into your son. That doesn't mean they're 100% going to be perfect and everything like that, but that's all you can do. You can't raise them to be a man. You've never been a man. How would you know what it's like to be a man facing everything that a man faces or a male faces growing up and through puberty and adolescence and all that comes from the outside? The peer pressure of doing things a certain way and not doing this and not doing that, or you have to do this, you have to be that way if you're a man. You're not going to be able to do that because that's not your perspective. Same thing for men. You can't do it. For females, you can't. There's no way you can be like that. It's like, I raised her to be this. This is how a woman is. That's your idea of what a woman is. Not everyone's, and she's going to be her own person whenever she grows up. Society's going to look at her a certain way because she's a female. You have no control over how society looks at her. None whatsoever. You can try to instill those values in her. Great. I get it. I completely understand that. But once she gets out there, it's out of your control at that point. So it's tough to, I know, you don't want to think about it like that, but that's really all you can do.
That's true. I mean, granted, my mom raised me and my brother from the time I was 5 till we both got the fuck up out of the house. And I mean, that's pretty much that same exact situation. And obviously that is, that's going to be open to interpretation. That's going to be, not everyone is going to rationalize that idea the same, because some people would say, well, since I did instill these ideas and these principles into my son as his mother, then I played a part in making him a good man. And then others will say, what he said. But yeah, you can instill those ideas and principles, and those ideas and principles, just happened to my tongue. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you raised him to be a good man. You raised him to be a person with good attributes, but he had to figure out the man part on his own. So, I mean, as far as I go, I mean, I ain't really gonna get too deep into it. I'm on the fence. It's like I understand both sides of those, but some parents can play a heavy role in how their son turns out. Like some mothers can play a huge role in how their son turns out because they instilled the idea of respect and consideration and honesty and all these things into their son. So you could say she played a part in him becoming a good man, but I mean, it's like I said, that's gonna be one of those things that we're never going to agree on that 100%. As people,
right.
That's just a very, it's a very broad. There's a lot of different ways you could go with that shit, but
and just to caveat off of that real quick. Now, like I said, a lot of the attributes are like across the board attributes, like honesty, respect, and things like that. If you only had a female, ladies, if you only gave birth to, you would instill the honesty and respect there. But you know how society views females because you're a female, and that's the only thing I'm talking about. You don't know how society views males from a male perspective. You know how it is from a female's perspective, how they view men, but you don't know from a male's perspective how they view men. So with that, if there's not a father figure or someone he can kind of pattern it after and talk to and things like that from a male perspective, only from a male perspective, that's going to be the hardest thing to do. And that's damn near impossible for a female to do because she doesn't have that perspective. That's all I mean by that.
That's true.
But yeah, and, you know what? I just thought about something.
What you thought about, nigga?
Just something that something that just popped in my head, and I was okay. Men and women. First and foremost, Valentine's Day is stupid as fuck. I'm gonna just get that out of the way. It's stupid as hell. It really only benefits like the businesses and the females for the most part. Like 90% of it's all about the business. We're gonna sell a whole bunch of candy and flowers and cards, and we're gonna and especially jewelry stores and shit like that. Like, ooh, they go, oh, we got a diamond sale. We got give her gold. No, give her a dick. Listen, I'm just saying. And now fuck that. Don't hold me back. Listen. So here's the thing. So we're gonna sit and talk about this like Valentine's Day is supposed to be a couple's holiday. No, it's not. It's not for couples. It's just for a couple of females who are in relationships with guys. That's basically all it is. So it's basically only geared towards the women. Men always gonna want to please the women. Women are gonna sit back and be like, "Oh, you're so sweet." Basically, what are you doing on Valentine's Day that's different from any other day of the year? What? A different position? You can do that shit on like June the 3rd or some shit. It doesn't matter if it's the same box, it's the same mouth. If you're gonna sit there and hold out, I'm not gonna suck nothing unless he does this on Valentine's Day and yada yada. Okay, fine. If that's what you want to do, then sure, whatever. Quit being selfish. Just give up the mouth. But the idea that Valentine's Day is for couples is dumb, and y'all know it's dumb. You know I'm right. You just know. If you're a female, you're not gonna sit up here and say, "Ooh, I can't wait for Valentine's Day because I want to do this, that, and the other for him." You're gonna be waiting for what's gonna be done to you. That's basically how you view it. I know not everyone, not all women. But for the most part, when I look into these, you see the hearts, you see the chocolates, you see the flowers, you see the pink bows and whatever else, the balloons, you see the cards. Niggas don't eat that shit. They don't fuck around and be like, "Oh, I can't wait for Valentine's Day so I can get some chocolates." Who? Where they at?
What nigga you know?
I promise you, I might know one, and if he kept that shit a secret, I don't know it. If it's a card, hey, I love you, Valentine's Day, all right, whatever. No, dude, we just throw the card away. Because they don't really mean it as much. Not in your face, like, oh, that's so sweet, trash. We don't quite do that, but it's not like we hold on to the Valentine's Day cards, the chocolate. We'll eat the chocolate because it's fucking chocolate, but we can do that shit with a Hershey's bar on a Tuesday. It doesn't matter. Whatever. None of that matters. That's stupid as fuck. And please don't tell me you go somewhere special for like you rent a hotel to do the same 3 positions you was gonna do in your bedroom anyway. Why waste the money? Why? Just say, all right, it's time for the Valentine's Day position. Just do that. Just say that instead. So it's the V-Day position. Really? All right, cool. And just have that special arc you do, that special thing you do with your tongue, or whatever the case may be. Just have at it. Just do all that. But you can do that in the bedroom. If you want to say, all right, today is Valentine's Day. We're not gonna make it to the bedroom. I'm gonna suck your dick in front of the stove. All right, and then have a hot blowjob or whatever you want to do. However that goes. So the Valentine's Day is stupid, and the idea and romance. No. Cut that shit out right now. I'm telling you now, romance is stupid. I'm not saying it's stupid to have the idea of romance, but romance itself is something that's just made up. It's just a man-made shit. Check this out. Now look. And I know we've used some language and all that kind of stuff, but if anybody out there can find anywhere in the Bible where romance is mentioned, I give them $1,000. It's not there. You know why it's not there? Because romance has nothing to do with that. Romance is something that's man-made, fairly new.
Woman-made.
We just made it up. And all the imagery and everything you see on TVs, and especially romance novels, the love stories, all the Hallmark and Lifetime and whatever networks that show lovey-dovey films, they're the romantic comedies. Oh, it's so sweet. Da, da, da. I get it. But it's still stupid because romance should have nothing to do with love. You can love someone without romance. You can have sex without romance. You don't need romance. People are just trying to put something there to say, oh, you should do this. This would be great for me. And I guarantee you 94% of the time it's the females. I'm just saying, these are just facts. I'm not sure that the 94% thing is a fact, but I'm just saying it's the fact that more women are preoccupied with the idea or the theory of romance than guys. It just is. What guy's gonna go around and say, man, she gonna have to romance me in order to get this dick?
No, she's not. You gonna say you gay?
No, she's not. She is not. That's why I said she. She is not. I'm not saying that you just shouldn't try to do anything romantic. I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying don't get caught up in romance so much of thinking that it has to be included in certain things that you do. Romance has nothing to do with sex. Romance has nothing to do with love. It just doesn't, because I guarantee you, how do we all get here? I mean, with caveman days or whatever else, wherever we came from. How was the caveman romantic? With the Ooga brought you a tiger skin? What'd they say? What was romance in that? And she was like, Ooga, it's gonna have to be leopard for me. Nah.
You ungrateful caveman. What the fuck?
I just went out there and I lost my arm trying to get you a tiger skin loincloth or whatever, and you say, no, you want leopard? Well, nah, fuck that. I'm not doing it. So, and then, she fuck around and be like, Ooga, got me the leopard. Or, sucked him into the utopia. and that's great. And so that's how society was born, because of leopard skins and blowjobs. That's basically what I was trying to say.
That's the take-home message. Take-home message from all this shit is leopard skins and dick sucks was the way to go. But I feel that because at the end of the day, that was her idea of romance.
Mm-hmm.
That was romantic enough for her.
Right. But no kids were born from sucking dick. That's just not how that works. Which is fine. Now, that's fine. What if that's romance for him? What if he's like, nah, romance me, and then I'll romance you, but his romance is an oral cream pie. and your romance is some flowers. Hell yeah! You get these flowers. You wanted to roll. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's time for romance like a mother. Now, what if that's romantic for him and you have an issue with it? Why? It's all about both of you, right? Now, if you just completely suck him dry, I mean, if you get all the custard out that motherfucker,
this is said custard.
The custard, yeah. If that's what it is, play it that way, fellas. I'm telling you now. Follow me for more relationship advice. So, if she says you have to be romantic in order to get it, all right, cool, do that. But then if she wants something else, say, no, you have to be romantic. Ooh, what? No, I'll get you some flowers. Nope, not flowers. I'll get you a card. No. I don't want the card.
No.
Oh, I take you on a dinner date. No. I can heat up some raviolis and I'm fine. What's romantic to me, since it's subjective here, my romance, I'm talking about, dude, you might even have to stick the tongue in the ass. I'm just kidding. I'm sure there are probably some guys who are cool with that. That's not my thing. I don't deal with it. But in any case, whatever it is to him, whatever's romantic to him, go that way. Just do it for him, just as you would want him to do for you. Now, does it matter what he wants? It shouldn't, because it shouldn't matter what you want. If you think it's romantic, and don't try to play that it's romantic for both of us, and I thought you liked it.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Because it's not for both of you. It's only for you, because you're the one who brought it up. You're the one who suggested it. Now, if you're going to sit there and say, maybe if y'all both like to go to a restaurant and eat food, and that's romantic, all right, cool, yeah, because both people like eating. You want to eat food in front of each other, go ahead, do that. Fine. If he wants to get you some flowers or whatever, hey, go ahead. Whatever, yada, yada, yada. But if that's what you're saying is romantic to you, and it's all about you in that instance, what's romantic to him in his instance, in his perspective, you should be willing to do without complaint. I'm talking about, I don't care if he plays tonsil hockey with your shit back there. If he knocks if he is throwing uppercuts to your larynx, let him do it. And do it happily, like, oh my goodness. And remember the chocolates and the flowers and the cards and the dinner date and him being sweet to you on that day, all that. Remember all that while you're sucking. Just suck all the flowers out of them again, suck the chocolate out of them, suck the soul out of them motherfucker. I mean, give him the brain drain.
You need a senzu being after the shit.
Yes. And then suck him to recovery. Everything you need to do, just do it all. Or whatever, he might not, he might not be all that with that. But whatever it is that he wants, whatever is romantic to him, whatever he says is romantic to him, just do that.
The nigga is not saying the only thing that matters is what he finds romantic. He's just saying this should be a level playing field.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be satisfied romantically, you need to be willing to put in the effort to figure out what the fuck he finds romantically satisfying. Because it ain't supposed to be all about you. Like I said earlier, a relationship involves two people. Why the fuck is it that all this shit exists that is just, it revolves around the idea of pleasing the woman? First of all, understand some shit. You come with a pussy. If that was like a pussy boot camp where you had to go through 6 months of training and earn your shit like it was a fucking degree, a lot of you bitches wouldn't even be worth having a discussion about. So you come with that. You know what that shit mean?
Boot camp.
That mean the rest. I mean the rest of these females got one too. Don't give me the same pussy from 2017 talking about some this special because it's February 14th. No, the fuck it's not.
No.
It's special now because I done had to wine and dine your ass and spend $200 some odd dollars on a fucking date and buy you some motherfucking flowers that's finna die in 3 days. Had to buy you some motherfucking candy that you might eat. I had to buy you this fat ass teddy bear, and now you want to sleep with the shit in the bed, and I got to keep socking this motherfucker in the side of the face because it ain't no goddamn space. Now it's all this motherfucking teddy bear meat between me and the goddamn pussy. For what? Why?
For the same thing that's been there all year anyway.
For the same, you ain't even repackage it. You ain't put the shit back in the oven.
Refurbish.
Refurbished PS3 for a pussy. Got the nerve to try to resell it to me like it's the dopest shit you ever had in your life. First of all, bitch, it might be. But understand something. I already know what the fuck this entails. I know what it tastes like. I know what it smells like. I know what it feels like. I know the texture. All that shit. This is nothing new to me. You want to do some shit romantic? Then go find me another bitch. I'm just playing. Unless y'all into that shit. That's on y'all. But again, that goes right back to the original conversation, what this nigga was talking about. What is romantic to your partner? I'm not saying that you should run the risk of ruining your relationship by bringing another bitch or a nigga in there because if the other person know what they doing more so than the person that you with, well, there's life before this.
Mm-hmm.
And there's life after this. Mm-hmm. So tread softly with that one, nigga. That's my advice. Do whatever the fuck you want. But do not hand me the same motherfucking recycled pussy. I already had this. I got a piece of it. I gotta keep some in my wallet right behind the fucking dollar bills and shit. I already know what the fuck going on right here. Alright, I got this. This is it's Papa John's. I say that because, some of you bitches shit is Little Caesars. If you don't get it in the first 10 minutes,
wow.
It's through. It's absolutely over with. If you don't eat that shit, the second you buy it, over with.
Yeah, that is true.
Tastes like asphalt.
Like, sure, yeah, it is hot and ready, but it don't last long.
No, it don't.
The freshness does not last long. I don't even like Little Caesars.
Most people don't. You try to reheat Little Caesars if you want to.
Nah,
you might as well cut a piece of concrete out the fucking ground. I'd be better off eating a fucking parking space. And that's what some of y'all goddamn pussies is like. It's like eating a parking space.
Because people just park there. So many people have just been through there and they just sit there for a minute. And some people believe in the shopping carts there.
The one with the squeaky wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 3 of them work real good, and it's that one that's stuck to the ground, and yeah, it's either doing that shit or it just don't move at all, and it's just making that fucking grinding noise while you trying to get the goddamn Frosted Flakes off the shelf. Yeah, that shit.
The Frosted Flakes.
Fucking forgot about them soft ass flakes. Damn, I forgot about that shit.
That was a reference to another episode, but yeah. Wow.
If you ain't see it, nigga, I would say link in the description, but nigga, just hit the name of the shit, and you can see all this. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I digress. Stop giving niggas that parking space ass pussy acting like it's the greatest gift to mankind, because it's not. It's cool, but that's cool for a regular day. So don't be acting like, don't be acting like your pussy is just the greatest gift to earth. Don't act like you ain't got to do shit. Well, this day is about us. Well, bitch, just say that then. Stop acting like this benefits both of us. This is about you pinning your ideas of what the fuck romance you want to receive on this day on me. That's what the fuck this is about. Let's be honest with each other. And y'all say y'all want niggas to be real with you and keep it 100 and be honest. Then niggas spit honest shit like this to you, and you like, I can't stand them. They so full of shit. Boo 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 boo. Shut your punk ass up. This shit real.
We're full of shit. We're full of real shit. We're just being honest with you. We're just being honest with you. Not every guy's gonna feel that way, but look.
And they lying just so they can get some of that Valentine's Day pussy if they say they don't agree.
The refurbished twat. That is, a lot of times that's
not all of them. Not all of them lying, but there's a good bit of niggas that they say and do whatever the fuck it takes.
And trust me, if you your guy's there and you ask him a question about this, if you come at with an attitude about it, oh, my thing refurbished, he not gonna say, yep, it sure is. He's not gonna tell you that. Come on now, you gotta be smarter than that. You can't just come out and say, hey baby, or however you approach him to think you're being cute. And you say, I heard these two sexy ass men on this podcast that sometimes on Valentine's Day it's the same type of thing. You know, I be doing that special little thing you like. So do you think my box is refurbished?
Now this nigga thoughts in the back of his mind like, damn, do I tell this nigga the truth? I don't know if she gonna take that too well. I don't know if I tell her this shit, I might fuck the whole relationship up. Right now, I could find a way to spin it to her, dress that shit up real good, and tell her the truth without telling her the truth. Or I can just lie. Yeah, we gonna goddamn lie. Fuck that.
And that's what happens. But the thing is, that process goes by in like 2 seconds. Because when we say that, what? All that. No, it is not a refurbished wizard sleeve.
What's wrong with you, man?
See, we gotta go, because if we pause for a long ass time, you might catch on to the fact that we might be, first of all, I shouldn't be giving away secrets. Delete.
But see, the good thing is that's not universal. That's not applicable to all men.
Exactly. Yeah, that's just the guys that live in Turkey. This is there. I went to Turkey on a mission trip one day. On a mission trip? You was looking for pussy on the mission trip, nigga? I was looking for Turkey. Man. I thought that was like the land of the gobble gobble. And that wasn't it.
Well, nigga, you was wrong.
I was.
What did you see?
I saw all kind of birds. It was like, I don't know why they call it turkey. They got like peacocks, emus. This got emus, nigga. I saw like 3 ostriches, a kiwi, a roadrunner, and oddly enough, I saw a dodo bird. And there's like one of them. I'm like, you still alive? What the hell? And he was like, which means, I thought I was extinct, but I just keep rising from the ashes like a phoenix. So really, the only reason why the phoenix is around, they keep calling it like that because the dodo looks ugly. So they don't want to have like the ugly rise from the dead bird to be the dodo. They want it to be like a pretty bird, like a phoenix. Phoenix. Yeah, that shit. Dodo is So you don't want rise from the dead. You don't want that to come back from the dead.
You don't want the World War Z zombie looking at it.
No, you don't want that. So that's how that happened. So that's why I was at Turkey that day on the mission trip.
Damn, it was
pretty far. I got lost. So I was like really out. What had happened was, okay, so I'm like walking, right? Yes, I walked to Turkey. So I'm like walking. I was trying to find, I was like in a different neighborhood. I don't know how I got there. So, oh man, I wonder if I make this left.
Damn.
Bless you. So left turn at, took a left turn at the wrong street and ended up in the country of Turkey.
God damn, how many niggas you know can say they had that shit happen to them?
Just one. This guy.
This nigga right here.
That's it. I took a turn to go to Turkey. It was a turkey turn. That's what it was. Never take the turkey turn.
Yeah, don't take
don't take the turkey turn. Look for twat.
Take a turn.
And I didn't even. It wasn't. There was a whole bunch of birds there. I didn't really see many females that were as desirable. Maybe it wasn't Valentine's Day. Maybe I should have gone to Valentine's Day.
Maybe all the bitches was in the house.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Waiting for Valentine's Day so they can all come out and see if they was gonna get a emu feather or some shit. Like,
Yeah.
Because I mean, I imagine in Turkey they do shit a little bit different. They probably don't have like all the flowers and the chocolates and shit. They probably like pluck the feathers off a bird and like try to find a bison and like slay it. Or like a dragon or some shit. They probably slaying dragons in Turkey for all I know. With crazy shit. Stupid ass, like dragon slaying weapons. Big ass Sparta 300 sword. Hot, fire breathing nigga. His breath hot. He don't brush his teeth. That's why a dragon's breath be so hot.
So they got like me. I'd run up there like, I was slaying this dragon, and I got like a box cutter.
This dragon looking like PS packages and shit.
Yeah. It's like, I promise you, it is a lot more of a close range weapon than you think. Cause it's a box cutter.
Yeah, this shit.
So like,
I mean, you got to be within licking distance of a nigga to do some damage with a box cutter, nigga. That blade about this goddamn long.
That's it.
If
That's
that
all
nigga
it
is not to where you can lick his nose, first of all, you weird as fuck. But I'm just saying, that's how close you gotta be. You ain't doing no damage unless you fucking throw that motherfucker and you can figure out for some reason how to throw it and get the blade to go right here in his neck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta make sure it hits the carotid artery right there. Otherwise, it's gonna be and then you're just gonna run, and that's it. That was your weapon right there. Then he can pick it up and run at you. Now you're weaponless and scared. And I don't know. So I guess if it was a dragon, it probably wouldn't need the knife. Probably just torch your ass from it.
Yeah, I would.
You just throw it like, yeah, and it just falls down. And he just look at you and go, and then he brings your hot, fresh meat carcass to his woman, and then he gets romance. So he got some dragon heads. He got some fire head. I'm about to quit.
Oh shit! This nigga's on fire.
So the moral of the story is just eat corn chips and masturbate. That's really the best advice I can give you.
It's about to be busted Valentine's Day nuts all over the motherfucking place. It's gonna be dragon juice everywhere. That pussy is smoke. That dragon pussy smoking.
Oh,
Fresh
my
off
goodness.
the grill. Fresh off the grill. Dragon pussy. Medium well. What's wrong with you niggas? Entree, baked potato, butter, sour cream, chives.
And the appetizer is the box cutter throw. Little box cutter bites or whatever. I don't know what
Box cutter bites.
Yeah,
Yo, that's on the Chili's menu, nigga.
so that's what it's got, like a little part, little arm. Here you go, my dear. Thank you. I guess that's how dragons talk.
That's how Cassie sound on Dragon Tail, so yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's that. So what were we talking about?
Nigga, man, don't ask me, bro.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's switch gears real quick and go to something that's a little different from. So tell me how you feel about what your thoughts are. Whew, gotta reel it in because that dragon shit was crazy. Long distance relationships. Do you think they can work? Do you think they're a good idea, bad idea? Which is kind of, I guess it kind of depends, as always, just about with everything else. But do you think it's more often than not it's a good thing, or more often than not I probably wouldn't do that type thing?
Hey, look, man. I give you this. I've been in, I wouldn't even call them relationships because they didn't get to that point, but I've talked to a good amount of females, long distance. However I may have met them, it's not important. All I know is I've always had this idea that the distance is always going to kill me because I'm the type of person who likes to be around his lady. Like, I like to be able to go see her, go hang out with her. I don't want to have to plan a weekend trip just to come hang out with my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me personally, and obviously this is not the case with every single person, but the distance is always going to be a killer for me. And I even remember dealing with this girl. I was willing to throw everything that I've ever felt about long distance relationships to the side for her. So much to the point, we started talking. We talked for like a month. I realized I couldn't get past the distant shit. And I just like called it off. I was like, all right, look, for as much as I want to do this, I'm just not going to be able to get over the fact that you live fucking hours and hours away. And she was cool. She was like, well, look, if you ever find yourself in this place, then hit me up. But, you know, hopefully everything goes good for you and shit.
Yeah.
You know, best well wishes. I got to missing this bitch. I mean, look, I got to missing this girl. Like, I ain't going to lie to you. This is probably like 4 or so years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4 years ago. And I ended up hitting her back up again. Started this shit again.
Wow.
Same shit happened. I got a month into it, and I was like, this is on me. I never claimed to, you know, I never claimed to have this shit down to a science, nigga.
Okay.
But I was just like, fuck that. If I start missing this girl like that, then obviously in my mind, you know, I want her to be it, and I'll deal with whatever the fuck comes with that. So, like I said, started talking again, and another month went by, like again, and I was just like, man, fuck. I cannot get past the fact that I'm not gonna see this woman.
Mm-hmm.
So it just called this shit off again, and this time it hurt because she like, what the fuck? What's the point?
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Like what the fuck? What the fuck was the point? I was like, cause not like no, there's really, I don't really have an argument for it. The only thing I can say is, I wanted to put aside all the shit I felt about long distance relationships for you so bad that I tried to force myself to make it work. Mm-hmm. And then once I realized I couldn't, shit was too damn late. That's my fuck up. I did that.
Damn.
But that is the best example I can give of how long distance relationships can work for some people in some people's minds. Mm-hmm. I wanted that to be it for me. I was willing to go to the ends of the earth to make this shit work and be as patient as humanly possible to see what the fuck life was going to do and see if it was going to hopefully bring us together to the point where we could actually live together or live closer or what have you. But I couldn't get past it. Some niggas can do that shit for years, nigga, and then finally just one day one of them up and moves to where the other person is, and now these niggas live happily ever after like a fucking fairy tale.
Okay.
But I will say this. At some point, one of you niggas is gonna have to more or less uproot your life for the other person. One of you is gonna have to move to where they are, and you're gonna have to leave everything that's back at home, all your family. You're gonna have to find a new job. I would say find a place to stay, but chances are you'll stay with them. I'm guessing. Your entire life is gonna be changed and uprooted. Like everything's gonna change all at one time for this person. So that puts a lot of power in this person's hands. You have to be extremely in tune and synchronized with this person and understanding that they're not going to make you move all the way down there for no fucking reason. Because if shit go left and y'all break up, now you just in Wisconsin. You just there.
That was okay. I guess that's a state where all unworked long relationships, couples or not couples anymore. I guess it's single. Like, we broke up. We had a long relationship. Gotta go to Wisconsin. Just damn.
If that's just where the fuck you end, if that's where the woman lived, if that's where the dude lived, now you just there in a hotel, looking up at the ceiling, talking about what the fuck am I doing down here? And that shit gonna be tough. So I'm just saying, you have to really you have to be the type of person who is so enamored with just who a person is and the potential for them to be whatever you want them to be, that you are willing to deal with whatever amount of distance is between you two. Because if you're the type of person that has to be physically with the person, then long distance relationships is not gonna fucking work for you, nigga. Take it from me. Take it from me. Do not be out here having bitches hate you because you came in their life and left their life and came back in their life and left their life again. It's the same fucking. Don't do that shit. And I'm telling you this because this actually fucking happened, and to this day, I hate that I let it get to that point. Like that was all on me.
Like the first time, should have just left that.
Yeah,
because that comeback and then it's just like really like you just pour salt in the wound.
Yeah, it's like that shit looked planned almost. Like nigga, you just out here trying to ruin bitches' lives as many different ways as possible. Like there's no telling what feelings came with that on her end. On my end, I mean, shit, I hated the fact that I had to admit to myself, this shit over with. Like this is what it was the first time, and I thought that feeling was past. I thought the feelings came back because that old feeling was gone, but it wasn't. And I had to learn that shit the hard way. So, fuck.
I got you.
But, yeah.
And like I said, each case is going to be different. It's just that regardless of how it plays out, that distance is going to be an enormous test. How difficult that test is just based on the couple and each individual and how they see things, yada yada. Can it work? Yes, absolutely it can. It's just the possibility is there, but the probability is a little bit different because most of the people aren't going to want to have that great of a distance between them, and it's not like there's so much here. I can just get to this person, get to that person. I can just do everything I want to do. It's not necessarily that. It's just the fact that it would take a lot more to actually get to the person that you want to see, depending on the distance. I've had a couple of long distance relationships before. I was like I think I was like 15 or something like that. I think. Or 14, I think maybe 14, somewhere around there. Where like I was, at my cousin's house, and every now and then, like maybe a couple times a year, we would go to another city to visit. It was a place, I don't know if I should, not skip it. It was a place called Clear Lake, and that's in California. So we'd go there, get like a cabin, just like a few of us, like me, my cousin, one of his best friends. So it was like 3 dudes, and then the older cousin, which was a female, like my mom's first cousin, things like that. So it was all like family there. We met a group of girls one time we went there. Oh boy, that was fun. It wasn't like all that, but
orgy.
It was. It was no. It was just a Miji. No, I'm just kidding. No, I mean nothing like happened. We just decided, hey, all right, let's do this. And so in my mind, I'm thinking every so often, every maybe a couple of weeks, a few weeks, we would go back to visit. So that way I'd have a chance to see her and things like that. So I was like, all right, cool. So then we talked on the phone, yada yada. It was kind of tough because like I couldn't see her unless all of us went to Clear Lake.
Yeah.
And so that only happened like twice.
Fuck.
So we went there to meet. Spent some time there. I get like a few days or a week or so, something like that. And then left. And then sometime later, I forgot how much longer it was before I actually got to see them again. It was like, hey, we come back to Clear Lake, yada yada yada. All right, cool. But by that time, like we had kind of decided, like, maybe we shouldn't. Yeah, it's too tough because we're in no kind of control as to whether or not we can go there. Like if I had a car or whatever and I could drive, then I could go there when I wanted.
Right.
But I'm depending on them and the whole family or the small household that they were going with to end up there, so that way I can be there. So it was completely dependent upon someone else. Now, sure, I could call her, but that really wasn't doing anything. I mean, we were still talking and everything. Yeah. It was just tough. So then we decided, like, nah, yada yada. And then we got there, and the second time we went there, it was like, so the feeling started to well up again, like, man, I really like her. Like, hey, please just get back with me, yada yada. And she was like, okay. And I was like, yes. But then we never went back to Clear Lake again. And so I'm like, well, that's some of the worst. That was it. Like I felt bad because it kind of happened. So it was a mutual. It was an understood. Like, yeah, it wouldn't work because we can't just be like that. So we can't just sit here years and years and years and never knowing if we'll see each other. That would seem kind of ridiculous, especially for like 13, 14, 15-year-olds with being around in school and all of the friends and things like that. Yeah. So that kind of that didn't really work out for us. But for that time, it was cool. We just had the thoughts that we'd be able to see each other. Now, the next time it was really a thing was, I knew I was coming back anyways. When I deployed, so I'm in the military. So my wife was, at the time, was just my girlfriend. I didn't even want a relationship because I was like, this is stupid. I'm like about to deploy. Why would I want to get with someone and I'm about to leave in like a week or two? I'm like, that don't make any kind of sense. And then, when I come back, maybe or whatever, but there was a bit of a discussion about it. Like, I mean, we can just communicate. We just talk while you're over there.
Right.
And I mean, that's perfectly fine. And I got to think like, well, I mean, nothing wrong with that. And then she was like, well, if the relationship is going to be what it is, we can just start it off and have nothing but communication, since that should be the basis of the relationship anyway. And all we're going to be doing is communicate through all that distance. And all that communication should strengthen the relationship, because that's the only thing we're going to have. I was like, you know what? All right, it's making sense. It's making sense. And she said, and look, when you come back, wouldn't it be great to have someone to come back to? I was like, oh, you motherfucker. You gonna say that? Okay.
You got me.
Okay.
You fucking.
Say what you doing. I smell what you slick, man. Fucking. And then, so it just kind of happened. So it kind of worked out that way. But I knew that I was coming back. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just living in Afghanistan. I'm just moving to Afghanistan, and that's just how that's gonna be. Like, no, I knew after like a year, so I'll be back to the States and everything. So that was kind of how that worked. So it worked out for that reason. But I already knew what was going to happen. Like, if you don't know, there's going to have to be a move made at some point. You're just living here and this person's living there, and this is communication. Oh, that's cool, but you got to travel all this distance, however long it is. If it's like some hours, if you're at the bottom of the state and they live at the top of the state, or the left and then the right, and then, or if it's another state altogether, that's
East Coast, West Coast.
Ooh, sheesh. Yee. That's some hellified distance. So that's gonna be really tough to do. But like I said, the thing is, like, it's just really, really, really tough to do if you don't have a plan of how you're going to communicate. And of course you're going to want to see each other, as much as you can practically, don't go crazy with it. It's everything is all about, those two people and how their relationship goes. So that's basically how that works. So if y'all want to give us your ideas on long distance relationships, and how it can, or if you had any experience with it and how it did or didn't work, if it was something just out of the ordinary, like, oh my goodness, this happened, and I ended up getting a job and they have a location where she lived or where he lived and it worked. Cool. Just give us your story about it if you can. Tell us about it, all that good stuff.
It shit hurt. Even and being in a relationship now, like, bro, I love my girl to death, man. Mm-hmm. It's just like every now and again I don't know if it's just me, but I'll think about some shit that I've been through with a certain person, and I'm just like, I did not mean to put them through that.
Oh yeah,
because I'm not a heartless nigger, bro. I never have been, but I'm sure I have come off as such before, and I hate that I've left those impressions. But either way, like I'm sure there are plenty of people who are in similar situations or have been. Mm-hmm. Shit's painful.
Yeah.
And just tell that nigga you sorry, bro. They probably don't give a fuck, but just tell them anyway. Because or you can just say fuck it. Take a L.
I guess you could do that. If you're never going to see them or talk to them again anyway, or if you don't care whether you do or don't, then you can just leave it at that. I mean, it's your choice. If you, I don't care, I'm not going to see her again anyway. But that's that. So, like I said, just do that. You can do the tailspin tape measure dance, or you can just continue to eat corn chips and masturbate. I'm telling you, you never underestimate the value of firing off some knuckle children.
Make sure you don't get none of the corn chip crumbs in your dick hole.